installation of Voices Inside the Reading series. We're very, very happy that you are here this evening. Thank you for coming. We would like to encourage you to take pictures and record if you would like, but please silence your cell phones at this time. So if there are any rings, it will be quiet. And also please refrain from texting during the show. My name is Kayla Jackman, and thank you, hi. And I am, we're all great producers of Voices Inside, so I'm Kayla Jackman.
I'm Blake Russell.
And I'm Becca Trimber. And just so you know, every session that happens with the Voices Inside group, there's a credo read at the very beginning to ensure that everyone is there to be artistically fulfilled and to give constructive criticism. And actually, it is on the back of your program. So if you please turn to the back, we would all like to read it together and foster that kind of atmosphere here as well. So, I am a member of a unique circle of trust. I will neither judge nor hold in contempt any member of the circle for any reason. I come to this circle with a blank canvas upon which I will create written drama to the best of my ability. I am determined to learn and will accept constructive criticism because I understand that it will help me grow as an artist. Release the voice inside. And without further ado,
We've got our first show for the evening. It is on the inside of the program. It is The Visit by Charles Neill. If the actors want to join me on stage. And we do have a little statement from the playwrights. Charles Neill, growing up, Junior was told that his dad was at fault for everything. When the son gets old enough, he seeks out answers. The Visit by Charles Neill.
No, not again. Junior, I need you to get down here and help me.
You what? I didn't come here to get intimate with a cat.
I really need you to help me.
Do you know how much these clothes cost me? And I'm not losing my watch.
Damn it, son, get over here. I'm gonna lose both of them.
Okay, what do you need me to do?
All right, I need you to put your arm in.
Hell no! Not happening.
Get over it. She needs our help. Just do it. Come on, there ain't much time.
What, no drinking a movie first?
Very funny. Now, when I tell you, we need to turn the calf's head and pull it at the same time. All right? Do it right, or we'll lose them both.
Great, no pressure or anything.
All right, you ready? You'll do fine. On the count of 3. 1, 2.
Hal lets out a scream.
No, God, no! We need to hurry. Get back over here. Now let's get this done. We're losing her. 1, 2, 3.
And lands on top of
Get this
Junior.
damn thing off of me!
Now don't be a Nancy. We just need to check her. She's not moving.
I draw the line at mouth to mouth.
Okay, smart. Now slide her off easy. We need to.
Just get the damn thing off of me!
What the hell are you doing? I said slowly.
And I said, get this damn thing off of me. That's disgusting. I can't believe you.
Yeah, stop whining. Now all I asked was for a couple of minutes of your precious time, and you.
No, you asked me to get intimate with a cow, you pervert.
What did you say?
I need a new shirt.
You keep complaining. Maybe you ought to go back to your mom's early.
Maybe I will. This feels like it was a big mistake. Why did I come out here? Why do I even try if all he wants is for me to just go back home? All he cares about is this stupid, bug-infested farm. I mean, who would want to live out here anyway? Just big, pooping, ugly animals everywhere. No internet.
Junior goes back to position with Robert. Robert unfreezes, walks to the front of the stage. Junior freezes.
Why do you have to be so stubborn? I thought this was a chance for him to learn something about life. My life. Give him some sort of identity of who he is and where he comes from. A life away from the streets of the city. If he doesn't want to be here, then why'd he even come?
Robert begins to work on a fence.
4.
Will you hand me those wire cutters and toolbox? Damn it, I said wire cutters, Junior, not these. Don't you know the difference between wire cutters and pliers?
I don't have to run my ass about it.
Common sense, boy. And I'd like you to change your tone.
I'm no boy. I'm a grown man.
Some job your mama did raising you.
You leave her out of this. You could have been around more. You chose not to.
Is that what she told you? I suspected as much.
I know a lot more than you think.
Oh, please enlighten me.
Well, it ain't like you don't know.
Let's just say I don't know, smartass.
Mom said she begged you to move back to the city, but you wouldn't hear it. You chose this farm over her. She said she deserved better.
Junior, this farm is what pays the bills.
Doesn't mean that you had to force her to leave.
Now wait just a gosh darn minute. I never forced her to leave.
Well-
Is that the crap she's been feeding you?
If you quit interrupting me.
You're walking a fine line, boy. One you might not want to cross. Now, I'll let you have your say, but not without telling you that you're missing a whole book of facts.
Yeah.
It sounds like she forgot to mention the time I came back from the stockyards and she had a man on the couch with her. Something about sewing his, oh yeah, his button.
That's a lie. You're twisting the blame onto her. I figured as much.
If only you knew the days filled with tears over the thought of losing my family. I never wanted to lose either.
You're really pouring it on thick now. You knew where we was. Why didn't you fight to keep
I
us?
fought for as long as I could. She just didn't want nothing to do with me after all the argument. She just kept denying what I saw.
Are you calling my mom a liar? Because
Look, I just try to forget the past. I can't change it any more than I can predict the future. All I can do is my job, sun up to sundown, do my work. We haven't seen each other much. That's probably my fault. But I do love her.
I love you? Come on. Where were those words when I needed them most? And sewing a button on some guy's shirt, that's BS. I've never seen my mom hold a needle in her life. You don't even know me and he's lying to me.
I could tell him the whole truth. How much it kills me that the man on the couch is the man he grew up calling dad. The man on the couch saw him grow up more than I did. How do I tell him how much that hurts? How do I tell him that without pulling off the scabs that won't do anybody any good? All I want is for him to know that I love him, and that I always wanted him in my life. She kept him from me.
Did she think he would hurt me? I should have been able to risk that.
Robert heads over to tractor, lays on ground.
Hey, Junior, get your butt over here. You want to help me with this tractor? I could use another hand.
Slides underneath tractor. Junior is still at the front of the stage.
My stepdad always made me feel like someone else's baggage. Like I was just taking up space. Do you know what that feels like, to have someone looking right past you, even though they're looking you straight in the eye? I mean, you can tell their mind isn't even trying to acknowledge you're there, that you're worth something.
Hey, son, you need to learn about fixing tractors. They ain't as complicated as cars. No overhead cams, no automatic transmissions. When something breaks, you can find out what's wrong pretty fast.
You're just like your dad. I can still hear those words, they echo in my mind. Mom and my stepdad only said that when I did something wrong. But when I did something good, they never said, oh, you're just like your mom. Couldn't get in my mind around that.
The carburetor isn't getting air because the filter's clogged. We need to take it out and clean it. Then this old piece of junk will run as good as new. It really shouldn't be so bumpy between us, Julie. Can you help me? I need a crescent wrench. It's the one that adjusts to the size of the bolt.
A lifetime of hate built around men I didn't even really know. Is this it?
That's it, son. You want to come over here and I'll teach you about fixing tractors?
Guess it beats screwing a cow.
Yeah, I guess it does.
Did Mom really sew?
She loved to sew.
Isn't that something?
End of scene.
Our second reading of the evening will be Andrew Phillips' Connecting.
Sorry.
His statement is, sometimes we can be so close to someone and so far away that we can't hear them anymore. Connecting by Andrew Phillips. She walks over to him, tries to lightly wake him while whispering. She watches David, then the door. David, then the door.
David.
The phone rings. She's shocked. Rings. She goes to answer it but stops, hoping it will wake David. Rings. Rings. She's deeply concerned that doesn't wake him when she answers the phone. The phone always wakes him. Ring.
Hello? Why are you calling here? No, don't call me Lily. Why are you calling here? You don't call here. No, don't call me. Ever.
David wakes up as she hangs up.
What was that?
Nobody.
There's no such thing as nobody calling.
It was the wrong number.
So who was it? Even if it was the wrong number, you should know who it is.
Wrong number.
Imitates answering the phone.
Hello, who is this? Hello, may I ask who's calling? Carmichael's residence? Who's calling? Hello, speaking. Yeah. No matter what you say, somebody's going to say what they're looking for, what they want.
I don't know who it was. Why didn't you get it? It's so important who calls.
I was sleeping.
David gets up and starts searching for pen and paper around the bedroom.
That ain't never stopped you before. Anytime the phone rings, you pop up.
I took something.
It's like you're a jack in the box. But you were dead sleeping. You didn't even move.
I took something. Joe Allen gave me a pill after work, a Rocky or Roxy or something.
Yeah, David, but you were sleeping on my side. We talked about that. When you flop over on my side, I can't sleep. I didn't get any sleep. You always answer the phone because it's closer.
Where's
to
my
you.
clothes?
On the floor? I told you. I have to have this side.
She indicates side by the door.
It's my thing.
David finds a pen in his pants, heads quickly to the phone.
David, what are you doing?
I'm looking for something to write on so I can take down the exact date, hour, day, second, minute that person called. And then I'm going to take it to the phone company, see how many times they've called, when they've called. Is it just when I'm asleep?
You're making this into something it doesn't have to be.
Can the phone company tell me who this person is? I don't know. But if they can't, I'm going to the police to see if they can't help me.
David, you're being
Because
loud.
my wife won't tell me!
Nobody. It was the wrong number.
Well, nobody calls my house every night for 5 nights at roughly 3 in the morning. Sounds like somebody, and he's calling the right number, but the wrong one. The wrong one.
When you get to work, tell Joe Allen to stop holding out. I need something too. You have a lovely night. Good night.
Ashley goes to her side of the bed and starts to readjust it.
So that's it. That's who you're messing around with? Joe Allen? Don't with me. That's what you just said, ain't it? In so many words?
Get a grip, David. Get a grip before you...
What? Say something? Do something? That drives you helplessly into the arms of another man? Oops. Oops.
Ashley lays in bed. She faces the door. Nothing can block her view of the door.
You said Joe Allen gave you a pill, and I'm pretty sure that that's what we can blame all tonight on. It was a joke. A joke, and if you had listened to me more...
Listen. I listen well, you hear me? I heard you talking.
Move.
I muddly heard you speaking to him on the phone.
Move out of the way.
Don't
Just
call
do your
here.
rant
Don't
somewhere
call
else.
here.
Move, David.
David looks behind at the door, then back at Ashley.
What? What's there?
Nothing. Just nothing. Just go or something.
No. I'm gonna sit right here. Right here.
David sits where Ashley sat, not blocking her view of the door.
That's good. That's good. You can sit there.
All night even.
All night if you like.
She gets comfortable. She looks at the door.
Good night, David.
Ashley turns lights off from the bed.
You know what? I actually don't find it hard to believe you had absolutely no clue who it was on the other end of that phone.
Thank you. Now leave me alone.
You are so rude and basically disrespectful to anyone who calls here that you could just take a call, not consider the caller, time, or hour, and just hang up on someone.
Is this where all of our conversations that aren't happy or end the way you want them to lead? It was my father on the other end of the phone. I don't know why he called. I never gave him my number. I don't want to hear from him. He's had chances, and that's why you've never met him. I never talk about him because...
Sure, your dad.
I don't know if it's been him calling all those nights, but I can only assume it might be him. Calling when I don't want him to. And please, baby, I don't want to talk about this. I know we have to talk about it, but not now. Please. Not how this conversation is going, okay? Just let me go to bed. Good night, baby.
Turns off light from bed.
You don't know who's in your corner till you get in a fight. When life deals you a blow. I didn't know I owed $1,500 in fines. I had a few tickets, but come on. $1,500 worth? You can either pay the $1,500 fine on the outside or on the inside. We pay $4 a day.
David, you know I couldn't help you. I couldn't help myself.
$4 a day. The math didn't add up well in my head, so I'm thinking, who can I call?
I tried my best to help.
So I'm thinking, who really can I call collect in my hour of need? So I start calling folks. I started with those closest to me.
David, you know I didn't have any way of getting...
I didn't call you first. No, my mom, uncles, aunts, cousins. I actually called you last, no offense. You're only 17 years old.
I loved you, David. Don't think I didn't try.
I called from the inmate payphone. Listened to them recorded voices from that distant void on the other side of my wall. Hello, yes, Carmichael residents. Hey, it's me. I really need some help with this. We're sorry, we have no acceptance from the call party. Please hang up and try our call again. They didn't hear me. I'm locked up. I need some help, please. Nobody accepted. 18 years old, life kicking my ass.
I know it wasn't easy for you, but it wasn't easy for me either. When you were gone, I had to endure a lot. A lot. I just wanted to get past it. You came home, David. You came home.
You even wonder how I got out? Because you never asked me. Sorry. Are you done?
No, go
So
ahead.
eventually I'm calling anybody, random numbers, hoping someone would accept my call. After a while, it wasn't about the fine, the bond, what I was facing. I just needed to connect with someone who was a live voice. It went from, help me stay out of jail, to please don't hang up. Just don't hang up. I punched numbers, any number. Finally, this soft female voice answers and I hear my message played back. Then, thank you for using Sprint. You have 15 minutes to talk. Well, what just happened? Silence. Complete silence. Then, I'm not gonna hang up. That's when I told her everything. Started with my name, date of birth, my family, my relationships, first time I had sex, the last, my favorite shoes, who I wanted to win March Madness, every single ticket, and what the judge said, every moment right down to nobody I cared about accepting a single call. It was only her, this stranger, this woman I never even met, picked up. Next morning I made bond. All that while you were messing around behind my back, that's how you do me?
Really? Really, David?
Yeah.
Is
All
this
I
has
ask is
to
who
be
it is.
some way
Not if
about
it was
you.
good
There's
or how many
bigger
times.
things than you. It
Yeah,
wasn't
yeah.
show,
So
I
you
can
were.
tell
I heard you answer.
Yeah,
Then I heard a
that's
man's
what you were.
voice.
I was with a man.
So it was a man. Here we go.
It was my dad. My own father did things. Things I didn't want to tell anybody about. That's why I never talk about him. He's dead to me while you were in jail. Did you lie down night after night watching your cell door so that you could face your attacker? See their eyes, only to doze off and wake up with them on top of you like they knew it. The moment you closed your eyes, you'd break and give in? Did you? Did you? hurts me when you talk about me when I answer your calls. Every time you go there, I'm hurt. I'm sorry that I wasn't the one who got you.
Ashley steps off the bed. David catches her by the hand.
From now on, when you go to sleep, I'm always gonna be there. Watch the door, baby. I promise.
Lights off. Phone rings. And it's black. So at this time, we would like to introduce, for the second time, back Montez, who is going to be, where's Montez? Come on up, Montez. He is going to perform a couple poems, and I think Robbie, you would also like to introduce.
Hey, thank you all for coming out tonight. The plays that you're hearing, as many of you, if this is the second time you've been here, know this is from a program called Voices Inside. It's centered at North Point. Even though I first met Montez at Roederer prison, which is near Luther Luckett. And he was a spoken word poet, and we came to Roederer. And we were bringing plays like this performed by professional actors into that prison, and Montez was like, well, are you guys, hip to listen to some spoken word? And we put you on the stage that night. And so Montez and I have continued a relationship because Montez was transferred to North Point, and you got into our writing program, and Montez has written plays, and he continues with his spoken word. So I don't want to take too much time other than to say Voices Inside is about giving a second chance through creativity to those who maybe were raised in environments where creativity was not smiled upon and was not supported. I grew up in a summer stock theater, and everything was creative. But a lot of these people, like the last play you saw, it was written by an individual who was sent into the system for a crime he committed when he was 15 years old, here in the west side of Louisville. And Newburgh. Well, I guess it's the south side. Yeah. But you can do something at 15 and you're looking at 35 years.
Right.
And so he has found a way to be creative, and that was the play that he wrote. And are there any people here tonight who have relatives in the program? In the prison, and then they're in the program. Yeah.
Nobody wants to claim people in prison.
Did you think that your son would be a playwright? When you sort of imagine what he might be?
He's very talented with an ink pen. There's no question. Always was. He's very good with language. What would he do? Not a clue. But I always felt like he should be an academic of some nature. That's one of his many talents. Yeah.
How did it feel like to watch a Charles play, which was the first play you guys saw?
Well, for me, I was really blown away with how good it was. I'm kind of blown back a little bit. I was impressed.
Good deal. Good deal. Yeah, Charles Neill is the father. Well, anyway, so we really think that creativity can break down walls, and we appreciate you coming out to hear these voices who got outside those walls, and here they are being heard. And Montez recently was released about
92 days ago.
92 days ago. So, let's hear Montez.
Thanks for the good energy. I see your hands. Who heard Lucy to the Sky? I gave you the male version. I'm going to give you the female version. It's okay. I started writing when I was younger. My mother used to make me read Dr. Seuss, Cat in the Hat. I started writing poetry back then. That was my punishment. I'm going to get, I just got out of prison. I'm a big guy. Nobody believes I write poetry. I'm a big teddy bear. So I'm going to give you guys this here, the second, her version of Deuces to the Sky. Her father wasn't there, so she went through a lot of emotional changes and struggled with the way she looked, so she longed to rearrange it. She overlooked her natural beauty, So with self-consciousness, she inflamed it. She didn't understand the design, you see, created fate that pulled a bow and arrow and shot her with the gift of faith. To obtain it, you must claim it. There was a point where she was bullied and suffered ridicule. In her life, this was pivotal because the information that she received from others was critical. She was encouraged to use men for money, how good they were in bed, how pitiful, because love is love and sex is consensual. In addition, at a young age, she was manipulated to believe that her esteem was based on how she performed sex. Suffocated by these acts to the point where it almost took her breath. But the poet child couldn't see, for a resurrection, there has to be a death. And her fault was love of self. Nobody ever told her that peace, patience, and love is her wealth. But she too was delivered, and there was a remnants to owe her left. The woman was uplifted, and the things that used to eat at her were no longer unnerving. Now her esteem is based on her relationship with the Almighty, and knowing her heart that she's a good person. So the testimony of her existence was to embrace her existence. Cease resisting and stand in position, because the battle isn't hers, but to the ones that give vision. So it's peace that she made with her high power. So with her deuces, she kissed him. She kissed her deuces, touched her heart, and put him up to the sky. She kissed her deuces, touched her heart, and put him up to the sky. And the moral of the story is, life happens where we hurt, and we may even cry. But we know that at times what the Almighty is working inside. So it's best that we move aside and let the angels guide. Be grateful, find your woman, kiss your deuces, touch your heart, put him up to the sky. Now, all of us, we wear a mask that we want people to see. And it takes a hell of a person to love you when that mask falls off. When they see the real you. So I'm going to give you her. She helped me pick up the pieces. My soul was falling apart, but her support served as an adhesive. She demonstrated the love that can be found in the 5th chapter, verses 1 and 2 of Ephesians. As she was empathetic to my pain, I drew closer to the teachings of Jesus. And I'm reassured with her, safe of my secrets. We create understanding so nothing can come between and deceive us. You see, love is our bedrock holding us up. It's love that's beneath us. And together we walk in confidence as his bond of pieces. And in unison, we sit on our throne because we believe it's the Almighty that seated us. I feel her even when she's away. And unconditional love is here to stay. Mature love, not child's play. In my imperfections, she embraces, holding me in place, reminding of my worth, my companion from God might help me. I cherish her to this day. She makes it clear that love doesn't abandon, but love waits. Overruling the phrase, there's a thin line between love and hate. She said, love forgives a mistake. Love carries the weight. Love makes you recall that you're great. Love is suspended in a beautiful space and also good to the taste. When life happens and the noise in my head intensifies the pain inside, she takes pride in not leaving my side. This woman wipes the tears from my eyes and encourages me it's okay to cry. She's become my rendezvous, and her presence is where I escape to. This lady aids and assists me being faithful, and she's a great gift that was gave, fearfully, beautifully, and wonderfully made. Through trials and tribulations, she doesn't run or succumb, but weathers a storm to overcome. And hands down, she's my only one. Positive energy right there. I'm a big teddy bear. But that's what it is.
Thank you,
Thank y'all for listening, man, more than y'all know, man.
Thank you, Montez.
I know, right?
And now, the third play of our program tonight is called The Truth by Anthony D. Clark. I have a statement right here. Our playwright says, in choosing to write this play from the point of view of the centurion was because I wanted to paint a picture of the conflict of what if the centurion was torn between his duty and the relationship with his God and with his wife. to break away from the traditional crucifixion story, but not take away from the power of the story itself, to show that it is a conflict that humanity faces today. Opening scene. Alvin and Leah have morning prayer and breakfast, and then they read from the book of the prophets.
What's wrong?
I just don't understand how you can pray, read from the book of prophets, and then go off and serve that man. When you know this truth.
Here we go. You say truth, but what is it really?
I'm just saying, why can't we have a regular life like everyone else?
You mean like normal Jews?
No. I mean, well, yeah, like normal Jewish people.
Well, let's see. Maybe it's because I'm not Jewish. I'm from Gaul. I'm also a Roman centurion. You knew this when you married me, so no, we're not like everyone else.
I know that we're different, Alba, but
Leah, listen. I realize that this isn't easy for you. I mean, it wasn't easy for me either to turn away from all that I grew up believing, but I did it for you.
I know, and I love you for that. I love that you did that. It's just...
It's my job, Leah. A job that's put food on our table, a job that allows me to support you and our son, a job I am now late for.
Leah calls out to the...
Alba! Alba! Please be careful. I have a bad feeling about today.
Scene 2. Just outside the gate of Phillips' palace, Alban meets up with Antonius and Cassius, his fellow centurion and legionnaire, speaking of current events.
Late again, I see, Alban.
The prelate won't be at all pleased with your constant tardiness.
Yeah, I know.
He's in the audience chamber awaiting your arrival. And be aware the Jews have been uncharacteristically riotous today regarding that Nazarene. I just don't get it. Didn't he claim to be their king? What was it they called him?
Their Messiah.
Yeah, their Messiah. That's it.
Walking through the gate.
Give it a rest, you two. Maybe Leah's right. Maybe I should give up my post, but then what would we do? How will I take care of it?
Oh, so you're one of them now.
One of them? Them what?
You know, the zealot.
Yeah, one of those religious fanatics that go around judging everyone but themselves.
Is that what you think? That all of his followers are like that?
Careful, Centurion. Choose your words wisely, for they can be deemed as treacherous and could be the end of you. For then you would be considered an enemy of Rome and an enemy of Caesar.
Oh yes, my brother. To be an enemy of Caesar will bring about you the most certain demise.
As Cassius and Aetius depart, Cassius says,
Zealots.
and shakes his head. Scene 3. Inside Pilate's audience chamber. Pilate is looking out into the courtyard where the Jews are seemingly out for blood.
Crucify him!
Crucify him!
Crucify him!
Crucify!
Listen to them. They say that he's guilty of sin, but I ask you, are they any different? Are they not committing sin themselves? I found no fault in this man, this Nazarene.
Pilate turns to face Alban, who has just arrived.
Centurion, bring me that basin of water.
As you wish, sire.
I wash my hands of this matter.
Pilate his hands in the water. Procula enters the room, upset.
Is it true?
What?
True that you condemned the Nazarene?
Yes, it's true.
Why, Pilate? Why?
I can't believe it. I mean, I offered them an alternative, another way, because during the Passover, I have the authority to grant freedom to a condemned prisoner, but they all said it. Crucify him, crucify him.
I told you not to have anything to do with that man. Hear me, husband, and hear me well. This thing you have done has decided your fate.
It's out of my hands.
But you had a choice. I told you that this man, this Nazarene, he torments me in my dreams.
How, Procula? How can this man torment your dreams?
He comes to me in my sleep with visions.
Visions in your sleep? nonsense.
It's true. Why do you mock me, husband? He floods my dreams with visions of seas of fire and bodies covered with blood.
Fiery seas, bodies covered with blood. Come now, woman, so I guess you would have me believe that you saw him, this prophet, in these nightmares as well.
No.
Then how, my dear Procula, do you know that this was the Nazarene?
Because I felt it. I felt his presence, and because there have been others.
Others? What others?
Other dreams, terrible dreams. Dreams where you stood at the edge of a cliff that sat atop a mountain, a great mountain surrounded with a strange aura, and below it flowed an unending fiery sea.
Well, my dear Procula, what, pray tell, was to befall me as I stood atop this cliff surrounded by strange light and flowing fiery rivers?
You were judged and cast into it.
Mind your tongue, woman, for any further of these babblings will change your fate.
Maybe so. But yours, my dear husband, is a fate that has already been determined.
Procula exits the room, and Pilate turns his face to Alban.
So, Centurion, what do you make of all this? You are married to a woman of Judean descent, are you not?
May I speak freely, sir?
You may, for I fear that you have about as much control over your wife's words as I do mine. So yes, Centurion, speak, and you need not fear any penalty in what you say.
Very well then. I must admit that my wife is against all of the accusations and the threats of violence and death that have been conveyed towards the Nazarene. You see, sire, I'm afraid she believes that his words are truth.
Truth. Yes, this man, this Nazarene, made mention of such a word, but what is truth?
I believe that, sire, is what we're all in search of.
Do you also thirst after this same truth as they do, Centurion? Or does your duty to Rome and your loyalty to Caesar outweigh your desire for truth, his truth? Because you see, I know but only one truth, the truth that is Rome, to which you, Centurion, are obligated by oath. A sworn oath to serve Caesar and to adhere to the Roman standard. And it is because of this oath that you now have a job to do. Now see to it. Crucify the Nazarene.
But sire, what of his innocence? What of his truth?
What? You dare question the authority of Pilate? Challenge the mandates of Rome?
No, sire. It shall be as you command.
I would hope so, for your sake, Centurion. This matter is now closed. Leave me.
Pilate turns to gaze out onto the courtyard with a look of dread and regret on his face. Scene 4. Standing outside of the prisoner's stockade within the palace grounds, Alban relays the prelate's orders.
Prepare the Nazarene for his crucifixion.
Let's go, your majesty. You have a date with the cross.
What? Every great king should wear a crown. There you go, your highness, fit for a king.
Pushes the crown onto the Nazarene's head.
All hail the King of the Jews!
Now move, your majesty. We wouldn't want you to be late to your own coronation, now would we?
Leaving the stockade, Alban is torn. The stark reality of his choice has just set in, of what he has been commanded to do.
What am I doing? I mean, what am I going to do now? Is this man, this Nazarene, truly the one spoken of by the prophets? Is he the Messiah? And if he is, can I really carry out these orders of the prelate? Am I willing to sacrifice my job, my family, and maybe even my life for someone or something that could be a hoax?
Leah approaches Alban, clearly distraught, and interrupts him from his thoughts.
I just heard that Pilate has ordered the prophet to be crucified today.
Please, Leah, not now.
Okay, just promise me that you won't have anything to do with this.
No, I can't make that promise. I have a duty to uphold.
Even if that duty means that you would be murdering an innocent man?
Come on, Leah.
I mean, what has this man really done to deserve such a punishment? What crime has he committed?
Leah, I am neither his judge, nor am I his jury.
You might as well be. Because if you go through with this, you will be just as guilty. You will be his executioner.
I didn't condemn the man. His own people did.
As I said, Alban, if you do this, you will be just as guilty. And you will be judged accordingly.
Judged? By who? His followers? You?
No. Alban.
Then who, Leah? Who can or would dare judge an officer of Rome?
God, Alban. God can and will be your judge.
Listen, Leah, wasn't it his very own followers that said, that he himself said that he would be crucified, that he must die in order for them to live? I mean, isn't that his truth?
Well, yeah, but you don't have to be the one swinging the hammer. Alban, the only thing that this man is guilty of is love, of loving all of us. And how do you repay him for it? You crucify him.
I don't have time for this right now. I have a job to do. Please go home. It looks like we've got some nasty weather headed our way.
Scene 5. At the foot of the cross on Golgotha's hill. As Alban arrives at Golgotha, the Nazarene has already been hung on the cross, and darkness has spread across the afternoon sky. The lights dim, and the high winds had the other 2 centurions in panic.
What's going on? I don't know. The storm came out from nowhere.
With a great and powerful cry, a loud voice calls out, "It is finished."
You see, Alban, I told you he was a fraud. Where is your father now, Nazarene? He can't save you now. No one can. Is he dead?
Yes. He appears to be.
Make sure of it. Toss him on your spear.
Montez, the Nazarene is clearly already dead.
Do it, Centurion!
Reluctantly, Alban thrusts the spear into the side of the Nazarene, and water mixed with blood sprays out onto him and onto the ground. And with that, the earth has begun to quake.
Truly this was the Son of God.
End of play.
Our last reading of the evening will be A Test of Mettle by Stephen R. Bond. His comment on Test of Mettle is seeing the life lesson for what it is and having to experience it again more viscerally. A Test of Mettle. Watching a cab go by.
Yeah, you don't see me. I'm not here.
Clarion Hale's cab.
Yeah, no, that's cool. I'll catch the next one.
Deacon stands.
Yeah, there ain't a human being standing on this damn curb flapping his arms like he's trying to spontaneously take flight just so he can get uptown. Who do I have to jack to get a cab around here?
Turns around, spots Deacon.
You feel me? Hey!
Look, I'm just walking.
You feel me?
I'm going to go now.
What's your problem? You drunk?
I don't know you, all right? So goodbye.
Funny, ain't it, how death brings to life pain you thought long forgotten?
What did you say?
Look like you're coming from a funeral.
Points out Deacon's attire.
All black, 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 black.
Yeah, no, the wake. It was a wake. I just needed to get away for a minute.
An oncoming cab goes by.
What you gonna do? I know you saw me. What you gonna do? I know you saw me. I know you saw me.
I don't think he saw you.
You saying you can't see a black man? I'm invisible, right?
I'm sorry, what?
Pointing to Deacon's hand.
What you got there?
I should be getting back. Where the hell am I?
Wrong part of town will get you lost. Lives change here at the drop of a bullet.
Everything's boarded up. I haven't been back here in ages.
Slowly approaching Deacon.
You gonna tell me what you keep staring at, or am I gonna have to snatch it from you? I'm kidding, man! Can't a black man make a joke?
It's the last thing my father gave me before he... It's a medal. Cheap lead. It's a kid's toy.
Yeah, I'd like to get a medal. I'd like to get a medal for the most times a black man got passed by a cab on a corner. Yeah, fuck you too!
Why do you keep calling yourself black?
What do you mean?
You're not black.
Says who?
Says, you know what? I'm sorry, you back.
Hold up, hold on. You're just gonna walk away after questioning me so offensively like that?
You are not black.
Because you say so?
Because I say, because your skin is, look, culture says, society, biology says, so I bet the last time you filled out a welfare or disability application, you checked the white box, so why am I even having this conversation?
What are you?
I'm a lawyer.
Whoa, law trumps black every time.
Will you stop that? You're not black.
Says who?
Reveals pistol.
Oh my God.
Okay, you got me. You got me. Let's suppose I'm not black, for now. I'll tell you what. I'll let you in on my chameleon-like superpowers if you tell me why you're stumbling drunk down these back streets, clinging on to the last crap thing keeping the memory of your pops alive. I got the Matrix street smarts, you hear me now? For real though, black man, black suit, drunk.
Pointing to Deacon's Mettle.
Ribbon daddy's precious gift.
What the hell do you think you are?
I'm the cock crowing waking you from your slumber. I'm the trumpet sounding the call to arms. I'm the cab whisper.
Seriously?
Hold up, this is a part of my thing, you know, my intro, right? All right. I'm the alpha and omega, the cab whisper that. Moment's gone. Name's Clarion. Get it?
Because you smell like hairspray?
No, because... Okay, all right. We got a comedian here. Okay, Seinfeld. It's because I speak the truth through misconception. See,
you're crazy.
You cling to hollow trophies of affection to ward off the dead. So who's the crazy one?
You don't know what you're talking about. Why am I even wasting air talking to you?
No clue.
I send assholes like you to where you belong, to jail every day.
Takes the pain away, don't it?
And then you have the nerve to stand in front of me again, expecting your crazy man on the street rant to count for something.
Until you realize your daddy don't cause your misery.
No, you mean nothing.
You do.
Who said I was the good guy? Those were his last words.
Lifting his hand with the metal.
I threw it on the ground where all his promises ended. I was tired of it, tired of getting up early every Saturday. I could see the glow of Benny's TV across the street, and I knew he was watching Justice League, and I was hoping he'd choke on his Lucky Charms because I had to take a 2-hour bus ride to get to a visiting room. A claustrophobic room that reeked of so many other fathers' broken promises. I didn't want to go anymore, so I threw a tantrum right there in the visiting room, and my grandmother slapped me to the ground. He picked this medal up, placed it in my hand, and said he killed a man for $50. I never saw my dad again until he was lying on his back in a casket an hour ago. I wanted to bury this with him.
Why didn't you?
This is what got me here. Getting beat up for being the son of a murderer. I look at this. Girlfriend's dad threatening me for being the son of a murderer. I look at this. Dishwashing my way through law school. I look at this. This told me nobody's looking out for you but you.
So what's the problem?
Because I hate him. For the misery he caused me when he was there, and even more for when he wasn't.
For real? Then let me have it.
What?
The medal. Let me have it.
Putting the metal in the inside pocket of his suit jacket.
No, that's all right.
Come on.
Look, I'm sorry I know.
I said let me have it, motherfucker. Say something smart ass now.
Whoa.
Shut the fuck up. What's your name?
Deacon.
I don't like that name. Shut the fuck up, Seinfeld.
I got a couple hundred in my wallet.
You sure as shit are a liar, because you don't listen very well.
What do you want?
I want to be that metal, Deacon, damn!
It's not worth it.
Oh, but it must be. It got you where you are. It gave you superpowers of your own. It gave you the power to get what you got. What was it you said? To put assholes like me where I belong?
I didn't mean it.
Shut up. You know why those cabs keep passing by? You gonna answer me?
You told me.
Just answer the question.
Because you're black.
Black? I'm not black, dumbass. What's the matter with you? Look around. No one wants to stop here. This is the ass end of nowhere. Don't matter what color you are down here, we all stink. You could even say this is an equal opportunity shit zone. It's where murders come to die. Damn, Seinfeld, you know that. Anyways, so each day I pick a shade. Today I'm black. Tomorrow I'll be brown, red, or yellow, who knows? Because what does it matter? We're all getting screwed by the man down here. I'm representing my shit zone, bro. I'm sticking it to the man.
Eyes lust for the metal.
But you You got out and got yourself some juju. You found a way to turn shit and piss into a shower of roses, that Mettle.
You serious?
You calling me a liar?
No. I'm only saying that it wasn't the Mettle the Mettle did not.
Say Mettle and did not one more time.
Well, what do you want me to say? It was only a reminder, a signpost, a silent alarm keeping me away. It kept the fire burning in me to never as much as glance at the path that you took.
So you're telling me, in a way, your pops is responsible for the man you became?
No, that's not what I meant was, please put the gun down.
Pardon me?
Please just put the gun down. I know what you're doing.
Do you know?
Yes.
Do you?
Yes. I'm sorry. I know the person I am. I know every bit as much. Time spent hating is only time is.
Good to know.
Clarion raises the gun and fires. Bang. Deacon clutches his chest where the metal is in the pocket and falls to the ground. Clarion kneels down, reaches in Deacon's jacket, and pulls out the metal. He whistles. It was the bullet stuck to him.
Well, I'll be a son of a bitch. I thought that shit only happens in the movies. Wow.
He taps the metal against the wall, out pops the bullet, he picks it up, examines it, puts the bullet in Deacon's pocket.
Now you got yourself a new signpost.
What? Did you mean to aim at?
Did I intentionally aim for that piece of lead? I don't know. I kind of roll from moment to moment, but shit happens, right? Guess you had to be put up on the ground again. You might want to thank your pops one last time for helping you get up.
You could have killed me.
Who said I was the good guy?
He gets up, rubbing the metal on his shirt as if to buff it, and exits. End scene. So, thank you guys all so much for coming out to this performance again. This is, again, our second of 3 readings. Our next reading will be on
Monday, December 8th, 2014 at 6:30 p.m. It's on the front of the program. Anyway, a special thanks to the entirety of Actors Theater, from the apprentice interns who are in the show, or directed the show, or stage managed the show, or our producer, who also an intern with us.
Thanks.
They've been monumental in helping us. Also special thanks to Ariel Siebert, our resident dramaturg, Carolyn Ruark, who is our marketing, who helped build these beautiful programs. Abigail Sweeney, right up there, recording this whole thing for posterity. Sam Brickman, our apprentice company intern, something like that. And again, to our friends at North Point Training Center, thank you. Thanks to them. Without them, we would not have the wonderful work that you saw tonight.
And also the National Endowments for the Arts, who helps pay for this program to happen. Before you all go, I would like to plead with you. There are some audience participation things out in the lobby for you, and there's letters pre-prepared for you to write to our playwrights. These men are artists, and they get the same 11 people giving them feedback every time they write. And I know that they would love a new perspective, anything about it. There are pre-prepared questions for you on that table out there, or you are just welcome to write about what you thought about it. And if you have just 5 minutes, 10 minutes, you can spend maybe 15 out there. But please, I beg you to respond. They would love nothing more than to hear from you.
Thank you once again to the family members that came out. We appreciate